Hey, I think it's working. Hey, I'm Nat. Welcome to my DVD extras as part of my media coursework. I'm going to answer, I've already been answering some questions for my evaluation. Just moving on to the next one. How does your media product represent particular social groups? Our media product, because it's a silent trailer, we haven't put any speech into it. We had to do this purely by the way that we dressed our characters and the people you see in the film. So that's obviously Betsy, who I play, the female, our hero and protagonist, Fagin, our antagonist, and Henry, who is Betsy's boyfriend, who sadly gets bumped off. So I'm just going to talk about the ways we represented them and the kind of social groups we tried to portray that they would be a part of. Obviously this was tricky because we did a flashback scene and we had to show a difference between the characters before the flashback and after. So we kind of had to change the way that our characters were. So I'm going to start with Fagin. Fagin at the start of the film is dressed, for the flashback, he's dressed like he makes an effort. And he's dressed similarly to the way that Betsy also dresses. And so I put them as part of like the indie kind of hipster look. Fagin's in a pair of chinos and just a normal sweater. Betsy's wearing a nice grungy like layered skirt, a pair of boots and a leather jacket. And her hair all done nice to show that she's confident in the way she looks. And it also says the same kind of thing about Fagin because he's making that effort as well. But of course Betsy rejects him, so we turn him into a guy a bit like these, unfortunately. So I'd say the first kind of social group that we represent apart from indies is actually chavs. Fagin starts to dress like a chav because Betsy's rejected him, and so it shows that he's no longer confident in the way that he looks and he doesn't want to make any effort because he's just obsessed with her and he doesn't care about the way he looks. He doesn't care about anything else but her. So we put him in a hoodie like these guys are wearing, aren't they darlings, and a pair of trainers, and but a pair of jeans, not trackies like these guys because he's still got a little bit more class than them. Sorry guys. However, these are more like a 90s version of how I would say chavs would look. Fagin is different. He's more the modern day kind of outcast chav. We didn't want to put him blatantly into a social group because we want it to be shown that he doesn't really belong anywhere and he doesn't think he belongs anywhere but with Betsy, and so that's why he's like this outcast kind of person. So he doesn't wear nice white trainers like normal chavs do. He's wearing black trainers, he's wearing a hoodie that's too small for him, and he's always got his hood up, which is a very old thing to do. You don't actually see many people who dress this way actually walk around with their hoods up, and so that's one way that we represented a social group. Next I'm going to talk about what we represented Betsy to be a part of. To begin with, we started her off looking like this girl here. As you can see, she makes an effort with her hair, she's done her makeup all nice, and she's wearing nice clothes. And Betsy does it at the start as well, but after she's rejected Fagin and she goes out with this new boy, Henry, we wanted to show that there was a contrast between the way that she dresses in both of those, so we then turned her into a bit of a plain Jane where she just dresses in a simple jeans and t-shirt like her. So that's to show that she's different. So she starts off being kind of the indie modern day hipster girl who looks nice and is presentable simply, but then she just turns into a really simple girl who wears bland, bigger clothes for her. We put her in grey jeans and a really long brown jumper, and we also put her, I can't think, at the end for her funeral gear. We wanted to show that she still had some class, but we didn't like make it too stylish. We just put her in a blazer and a nice skirt. So I think that was a good representation of a kind of modern day girl and how she would dress. For Betsy's new boyfriend Henry, we wanted to show that he was really quirky and that he was really, really different to the way Fagin dressed, because we needed a really clear contrast between the two characters. So we put Henry in a pair of skinny jeans, much like the lovely Zac Efron right there, looking very presentable in a shirt and dishy as usual. We we did that, as I said, because we wanted to show that he's a lot different and he is more confident in the way that he looks. We also made Henry kind of have a scene kid kind of representation, which is where they have big hair and they wear skinny jeans and they just look really quirky. And so we also had the actor Josh Denny, who played Henry, do his hair kind of side fringed over, because this is a really modern day way to do your hair, especially for most guys. And so that's why we had him do that. So we've represented, I think we've made a presentation of indie scene kids and also chavs. Thanks very much. Peace out.